This is for the men Norse pagans, and men Norse pagans only. If you're not that, stick around and learn you something, because it was asked.
But now we'd like to see the raw opinions of the pagan community. So, you have a husband and a wife that are married. The wife leaves because of toxic environment, mental and physical abuse. Also the abuse of one of the children. This person was told that they broke their oath because they left their husband, who is the toxic one in the relationship. So my question is, did the woman break her oath of marriage, or did the husband break his oath?
Were you aware that the most common reason given for divorce in the sagas was striking or slapping your wife? And that's what we'll be learning from today. The Norse sagas, the old Icelandic laws in the Book of the Gragas, as well as other documented customs. The Norse sagas describe many divorced women, or women who are widows and remarry. The Icelandic sagas specifically have many rules about divorce. This is evidence for how advanced their legal system was for the time. If a wife was not happy with his bedroom performance, she could divorce him. If a husband went out a Viking and did not return for 3 years, she could divorce him. Specifically, if they did not consummate within that 3 years. The aim of this was to guard that the wife did not suffer from loneliness. If the couple, for whatever reason, ended up in poverty, she could divorce him. But the most common is striking or slapping your wife. But the right to divorce and any inheritance lied squarely with the woman. This indicates that women had an independent judicial status, and children tended to go with their mother. If they were older, though, they were split up evenly. Now then, in the Book of the Gragas, or the Icelandic Law Code, it states 3 rules. If there were large wounds of brain, body cavity, or marrow, that was grounds for divorce. If one of the two were too poor to support themselves, that was grounds for divorce. And if a husband attempted to take his wife out of the country against her will, that was grounds for divorce. Now then, let's get into slapping or hitting. This was considered an extremely disrespectful and insulting act, and had a fine. If you struck or slapped your wife 3 times, it was grounds for divorce. Sometimes a wife did not feel that it was sufficient retaliation against said slap. And if a husband struck his wife in front of witnesses, that was immediate grounds for divorce, as well as a fine. That is, if she didn't handle it herself like in Njál Saga. So to answer your question, old friend Ghost, I think he broke his oath by breaking old law. In lore and law, it is quite clear, you never strike your wife. It's dishonorable, finable, and divorceable. So men, remember that the next time you want to raise your hand in a cowardly fashion against your spouse. Even the ancestors could use their words and structured their law and society to make sure they did so. But that's how it went in the past, not modern American society. That being said, if you're gonna hold yourself to the standard of Norse paganism and oaths, best listen and learn. Satisfy your wife. Support and nurture your wife, and never strike them. Just something to think about. Long and hard like. I'll see you next time. Great question, Ghost.